beginning of the year, fresh start, super motivated, excited, let's get some goals. And then life starts to happen and our motivation starts to wane. I personally would like to see the fitness and health industry start to move away from the idea of motivation. And I know it's pervasive. We talk about motivation all the time. I know it's not going away. That wouldn't be realistic to say, let's stop talking about motivation, but I'd like to move away from it, because motivation, it moves like this. It moves like a wave. Sometimes we have it, sometimes it doesn't show up for us. So if we're relying on motivation to achieve our goals or to show up for us when we need it, we're going to be disappointed, and it's going to make it really painful and hard for us to stay on track. So I like to kind of move away from talking about motivation and talk about the other things that are going to get us to do something even when motivation isn't there. So kind of like eliminating motivation from the equation. So things that we could focus on, and this is going off of a lot of research, but the primary person who studies this and is the expert in motivation science is a professor at Stanford. His name is Dr. B.J. Fogg. So this is straight from scientific backing. You know, he studies this. This is his thing. And he talks about tiny habits. So this concept of having little habits and attaching them to a habit that is already established. So if we want to establish a new behavior to become a habit, a really easy way to do that is to attach it to something we already know we're going to do. So let's say I wanted to drink a glass of water. I want to drink more water throughout the day. So how do I drink more water throughout the day? I'm going to attach drinking a glass of water to something I already know I'm going to do. And let's say I know I'm going to walk into my kitchen a lot throughout the day. And we're all working, you know, most of us are working from home, so we're probably close to the kitchen. We're probably going to go in there a couple times throughout the day. If I put a glass of water right on the counter and I make sure it's full all the time, and I tell myself, after I walk into the kitchen, so that's the first piece, after I walk into the kitchen or whatever that behavior is, I am going to drink half of that glass of water. So I've tied a new behavior to an existing behavior. And I know I'm going to do that behavior many times throughout the day. So without really having to put a lot of energy into it, I am establishing that new behavior that I want, that I know is going to help me get closer to my goals. And you could apply this to a lot of different things. That's just one example. You know, I could say after I wake up in the morning, so that's the first piece, I am going to put on my gym clothes, which I've already laid out in advance. And after I put on my gym clothes, I'm going to go straight into the living room and I'm going to do my workout. I don't have any choice in between there. It's just follow the steps and a domino effect will happen.
Right.
The other piece of it is having a really well-defined trigger or a reminder that will get you to do that thing. And a trigger is really unique to the person. So I'll give you some examples, but you know, you'll really have to kind of like, it's an experiment to find out what works really well for you. And with my members, we'll try something and it's an experiment. So we try it out for a week. If it works, fabulous, we keep doing it. If it doesn't seem to work, we find another trigger that's unique to them and then move from there. So some triggers may be a reminder or an alarm on your phone. And on that alarm, it says, drink water.
Right.
Some may be something a little bit bigger. A trigger could be, my coach is waiting for me at the gym. So I'm going to make sure to show up to the gym because my coach is waiting for me. So having an accountability piece built into it is really helpful. So those are just some examples, and we, you know, every designed behavior change model is unique to the person. So that's why it's really helpful to work with a coach or someone that's kind of outside of you, a third party that can kind of give you some outside guidance or like perspective about you and your goals and your behaviors.